Hi Capricorns, Trishna here. Happy New Year, happy birthday, and welcome to your January 2019 reading. So what I'm feeling for you is, I know that in the past there has been a lot of overthinking, overanalyzing, and trying to figure something out. Figure out your life, your goals, your plans, whatever the subject pertains to in your life. And right now I feel like you have found some piece of clarity, just a little bit of clarity, and you're really trying to just focus on that and not really think too much beyond that. I feel like in January there's going to be some, I don't know how big or small they're going to be, but there are going to be some elements that help you further define where you're going and kind of validate that the path you're on is that right path. So keep an eye out for that, because I think that will be helpful and give you a little bit more clarity. In terms of the guidance that I get for you, you're very, very focused on the moment right now. So Capricorns tend to be very, very long-term planners. Capricorns don't just plan for the day, they don't plan for the week, they don't plan for the month. They usually plan 3 months out, 6 months out, sometimes a year out. They are very forward-thinking, strategic thinking planners, and then they make decisions now that support that overall plan in the long term. But you're in a very different phase right now because you've been very confused and you're not entirely sure where your plan is going to go, where it should go, where it's going to lead, what you need to do to get there. There's been a lot of confusion around that, and now you have like this little piece of clarity, and so you're trying to stay very focused on that, and I think that that is the right approach for you right now. Right now really isn't the time to think too long term because it's just not there. You've been trying that, it hasn't really been working, and now you have like some clarity, a little bit of a gift that you can focus on. And I think the way to maximize that is to focus on whatever it is that you have found clarity on, and then see what else you can do in the moment with that. So let's say you're a sculptor and you like to use different colored clay. You've decided that you like to use clay and that's what you want to do. That's the kind of career you want to have or the way you want to express yourself. And so you start molding that, and then you think, hey, I have all these other colors in this moment. Why don't I try that and use that? You don't think, how is this color going to benefit me in the long term? What do I need to create in the long term? You think, here's what I have right now. What else can I do with what I have right now in this moment, with no thinking as to how this will play out long term, how it will help me, where it'll go. All I care about is what I'm doing right now, what's fun in this moment that is also work related or creative related or whatever your situation is about. And I think that'll be really good for you, because as you start bringing in the elements here in this moment without thinking too far out in the future, more elements are going to start to present themselves. Like we mentioned before, there are going to be some other elements that make themselves available, like evident to you, that help you further define and also help you further validate that you're on the right track. When those elements come in, you add that in as well, and you just really focus on adding, growing with what you have without a plan for you where you want to go. And I think that this will help you out a lot in January. And I don't know that you will really have that clear picture at the end of January, or even maybe by mid-February. This is just like a different way of going about things and living than you're used to, but it will be helpful in the long term, because normally you really think very long term and plan that way. You don't really consider the now moment. And so you're always having to fill this gap. And right now you're just here in the now moment. There is no gap to fill. There's only what you enjoy doing, even if that's work, because Capricorns like to work. So yeah, I feel like this is like a different way of thinking for you that will expand you and grow you, and might seem out of the ordinary or like you're a fish out of water, but it could also be really, really fun. I think you could learn a lot, and I think this could be something that really sets you up for success in the long term, because you're not trying to figure out that long term. You're just trying to figure out now and how to maximize it and what really matters to you now, versus always trying to chase after something. So I hope some of this resonated. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also check out my website, which I will show at the end of this video and will also be listed in the description box, and I will see you in my next video.